Firmus Piett was originally from the Outer Rim world of Axilla, and he entered into the Naval Academy of the Quelai sector, before eventually graduating in 19 BBY while the Clone Wars was drawing to a close. From the very beginning of Piett's early naval career, he was assigned to work on his own native Outer Rim sector of Cetric Hegemony, as part of the Axilla anti-pirate fleet. Later that year, the new order of the Galactic Empire was declared by Emperor Palpatine, and with the growing imperialization of the galaxy, an Imperial Navy task force was assigned. By 13 BBY, Piett's task force had performed exceptionally well to rid the sector of smugglers and pirates, and he swiftly rose to the rank of lieutenant. During this period, Piett's successful enforcement of the Outer Rim came to the attention of Lord Vader, and he found himself serving distantly in the service of the Sith Lord. Piett was well aware of senior officers who had served directly under Vader and were being executed for their failure, and he requested a transfer to the Coruscant Defence Fleet. After several promotions, Piett became captain of the Imperial Class 1 Star Destroyer Accuser, on the order of Lord Vader. At the Battle of Tucana, Piett's quick thinking in the battle prevented a decisive Imperial defeat, and recognised the X-Wing starfighter was a significant threat to the Imperial fleet. After a short time after the Battle of Yavin in 0 ABY, Vader ordered Captain Piett to serve Death Squadron, where Admiral Griff led the blockade from Vader's flagship, the Executor. Several months later, the neutral planet of Cable was bombarded by Piett's Star Destroyer Accuser, as the Empire would not tolerate its neutrality. During the attack, the Millennium Falcon, understood to be a rebel, was chased by Piett's forces, but eventually lost the craft around an unstable dwarf star. A month later, Admiral Griff had died accidentally, and Kendall Ozzel was promoted as Death Squadron's Fleet Admiral. Piett had now become a composed and self-assured officer, with a practical style to his command, as captain of the Executor. For the next 3 years, Piett and his crew searched for the new rebel base hidden in the galaxy. He personally handled the Executor's staff and his promotions of officers in his service, and was all too aware of Vader's policy on unsatisfactory officers. He diligently assured he would never face Vader's wrath himself. During this time, Admiral Ozzel's lazy and incompetent command made Piett despise him, and he waited patiently to exploit any mistake by the Admiral. Piett briefly transferred to Dathomir to deal with a virus outbreak from an Imperial bioweapons research facility. Piett was successful in rescuing several Imperial scientists, and Vader rewarded the captain. In 3 ABY, Death Squadron resumed its search for the rebel base. Finally, a Viper probe droid reported a possible candidate in the Hoth system. Piett had been waiting for an opportunity to engineer Ozzel's downfall, and waited for Lord Vader to be present on the Executor's bridge before reporting intelligence to the Admiral. Ozzel quickly dismissed Piett's report, but Vader curiously overruled the Admiral, allowing the Imperial fleet to be detected by the rebels outside the Hoth system. Vader finally decided to execute him. Piett was promoted to Fleet Admiral and ordered to prepare for a ground assault and blockade of the planet. Piett performed well in his new duties at the Battle of Hoth, but despite the fleet's failure to capture the Millennium Falcon and Luke Skywalker, Vader, surprisingly to everyone, tolerated the Admiral's failure. Later, Piett filed a report on Vader's actions, which was eventually read by Emperor Palpatine himself. In the same year, Piett managed to redeem himself at the Battle of Megiddo, when the Imperials located a rebel base situated on the planet. The Admiral successfully defeated the rebel fleet, defending the base, and the Empire claimed Imperial control over Megiddo. After the Executor returned to Imperial Center, Admiral Okins was given temporary command on the recommendation of Emperor Palpatine. Piett was briefly transferred back to the Executor, from which he carried out the work of Vader's Death Squadron. Months later, in 4 ABY, once again on the Executor, Piett was commanding the Imperial fleet at Endor to defend the second Death Star. When Shuttle Tiberian attempted to land on the forest moon, Vader sensed the rebel occupants, but allowed Piett to let the shuttle through the planetary shield, despite processing a legitimate Imperial code. Shortly afterwards, Piett's fleet was ordered by Palpatine to the far side of Endor, in order to hide it from the rebel fleet when it arrived. Despite trapping the ships between the Death Star and their escape vector, the Imperial fleet was engaged head-on by the rebels, which prevented the Death Star from destroying more capital ships. Piett and the Imperial fleet struggled against the rebels' direct attack against the Star Destroyers and his own ship. When suddenly the Executor lost its bridge deflector shield, Piett ordered the Executor's defensive fire, but it was too late, and an RZ-1 wing interceptor ploughed straight into the bridge, killing Piett and his crew. Admiral Piett was portrayed by British actor Kenneth Colley, who of course appeared both in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the Galactic Empire Star Wars channel for more Imperial videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out all my links below for all things Star Wars. Thank you for watching, long live the Empire, and as always, may the Force be with you.